efficient and very fun race. All right, looks like we're on a little bit of a desync. So first things first we have here is Sarah's station. Not a whole lot going on. Small optimizations that you'll see them doing are just stopping at the doors to let them open so that they don't slow their momentum down trying to run through them. All right, and looks like we are getting the nice sync.
With them who've made their way into series and are dealing with Ridley. Now let's see what type of series escape times we get.
The only thing that they really have to worry about right now is certain Steam RNG, which will slow them down. It's all about reacting to it, trying to not get hit by it or mitigate the amount of time you lose if you do happen to get hit. Looks like a 46.08 and a 45.43 gives Oats like a 0.5 second lead coming out of Sarah's.
Very nice times. Look at how closely synced the cutscene is.
Now, I have to admit, it's been a minute since I've been actively following the world record scene. How recently did Behemoth take back over any percent as a category?
I gotta look at that.
Because I know that there was a time when he had fallen a little bit behind after discovering the what is known as the new route. Perfect sync on that moonfall. That's actually crazy.
That's one of the more recently added strats to this game. And pretty much simultaneous morph ball grabs. It'll be interesting to see when things diverge.
Yeah, I think that it might be like this for a very good portion of this race, considering how talented both these runners are.
Indeed.
Now, what'll be curious to see is if there's any room strats that they might differ on as well, which might give you a little bit of a desync, or if they might prefer like slightly different routes in certain rooms. Like I know that there's the lower versus upper Norfair. That's more towards the end of the game, though. But I'll be curious to see how it kind of plays out.
Oh, there's slight desync in Old Mother Brain Room.
Yeah, Zoast fell into a pit a couple of times. But actually, it seems like Oats might have been a bit slower in dispatching the pirates, so they're still almost perfectly on top of each other.
And synced again going into Parlor. And here we reach the first mini-boss of the game.
Yeah, both of them with good health going into bomb trees, though. Should get a nice clean fight. just to be able to farm missile drops and get through them very quickly. Bomb Torizo, from what I remember, has 1,000 health, and each, or maybe it's 500, but each missile...
800.
I can't talk. Just ignore me then. Clean manipulation strats, fill their missiles back up so they don't have to try for a second phase. Now, Zoast only grabbed one missile on the way out, whereas Oats has all 5, so I'm curious to see if Oats might have to stop and farm it all. Alright, looks like he was able to make some of it back up on these enemies. Oh, but I realized he actually... Oh no, he didn't get that drop. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the drop wasn't quite there on time.
Oh, he's gonna have to kill him with bombs to try and get some more missiles, because he needs to save that health. They are running new route. So Oats has like only like a 3-second lead, but it's probably the most significant lead either of them have had all race.
Up there, there's 5 missiles again for Zoast.
Alright, and Oats gonna pick up his super missiles with Zoast right on his tail. Clean little Kago through the block.
Yep, nice quick drops through those blocks.
Oh, and Zoast going with the damage boost speed ball, or mock ball strat. It's still so cool that like the only thing separating them right now is the length of a item pickup.
About half of an item fanfare.
Something that we won't be seeing too much of in this race. These guys, I'm sure, will be running on the absolute minimum, considering their skill level. If either of them were to take a safety, I'm sure that that would be, honestly, like a potential solid time loss, and they know it, considering how close their PBs are going to be.
Oh, yes. Oh, now we reach the journey up Red Tower.
Ooh, Zoast messing up a little bit on his tech skill, missing a couple wall jumps. Gonna let Oats get a little further ahead.
Well, before too long, we'll be seeing how Fantoon treats them.
Oats picking up his power bombs. And Zoast grabbing them as well.
Nice damage boosts to and from them, and we have them about an item fanfare apart now.
And now we are headed to the wrecked ship. This will be the first big determiner as to if either of them will be able to open up a lead, or Zoast might be able to catch up. Fantoon RNG can be quite the cruel mistress.
Yeah, hopefully nothing will happen crossing the moat either.
That is true, though. Both of these runners do have impressive CWJs. Oh, Oats just looks like he's just going to play it safe. Probably doing the HBJ. Or, yeah.
Looks like Zoast is going to be going for it.
But even with that, Oats still manages to maintain the lead, even with taking that safer strat.
And both of them in the ship, a door transition apart.
Man, both runners are playing absolutely amazing right now. There's been like 2 mistakes over the course of the whole run so far, which were Zoast missing a couple of wall jumps in Red Tower, and then he, not even really a mistake, but Zoast got that bad missile luck.
And the Phantoon fights begin.
Now, for those who are not as familiar with this, Phantoon has a variety of patterns he can give you, and it's total RNG. There's nothing that they can really do to help the seed at all or anything like that. Oats immediately gets a fast pattern, so that's a good start.
Looks like Zoast did too.
Is that a fast mid for Oats?
Looks like it.
And I think it looks like Zoast might have messed up his last Doppler.
Yeah, but now Zoast has Phantoon down too.
Yeah, he recovered pretty quickly though.
But that was a very, very nice fight on Oats' side.
Yeah, Oats kept it very clean. Zoast is gonna lose a little bit more of his lead, or a little bit, or fall a little bit further behind rather, because of that unfortunate Doppler mistake. Doppler is not an easy strat. Like, you need to be hitting him. I think like you can't have a gap of more than a frame between the missiles, because otherwise he will phase out of existence from taking too much damage.
And both of them have their second packs of super missiles and are on their way to the attic and then to bowling and gravity. With that power bomb strat to clear out the attic.
Very smooth. Now let's see how Zoast's attic goes. This is one of the places where your health can get pretty dangerous. You can take a good bit. You take a good bit of damage from going through bowling. But that's just one of the risks of the route.
Yep. Oats got across in 2 hits. Had the health for a third one, as does Zoast also. But now we wait.
Everyone, feel free to go get some coffee, take a break, get some water. All right, and Oatsngoats is going to have a gravity suit time of 13:25.
Nice.
Nice little damage boost off the Ripper there. Looks like Zoast is about 20 seconds behind at this point. Maybe that's maybe closer to like 15. I didn't quite see what his actual time picking up the power up was.
Yeah, now that they both have it, they can get on their way down to Norfair and the bosses that are down there.
Yeah, one of the biggest advantages of this route compared to the old route, where you would fight the bosses in what's generally accepted to be like the normal order, which is Kraid, Phantoon, Dragon, Ridley. If you do Phantoon first, this allows you to go do all of Norfair in one shot, which does save a good bit of time, though you do lose a bit of time with slower stuff in the wreck, with a couple slower strats in the wreck chip. Oats picking up Spazer, and zoasty heading up to do the same.
This route gets Spazer because it does not get plasma, and not having either would be terrible.
Oh yeah. Definitely, the damage situation would be pretty dire if they did not. And zoasty heading down the elevator.
Pretty much an elevator ride apart now.
Oats is going to go in and grab his high jump. There's going to be a number of items that we're collecting right here in this early section of the Norfair before we head down towards Ridley. The high jump, speed booster, the wave beam. Interesting strat there, using the power bomb to kill the Sova. I always get it mixed up.
And we see them bypassing the doors on the way to ice with the help of a mock ball. And with the time offset, a nice high five through the ice beam door. And
oh, that was such a smooth strat from Oats to get that mock ball back out.
Yep, freezing those in those positions gives you just the right amount of platform to get the necessary speed to do that mock ball.
Yeah, I actually thought Zoast missed it. There was just barely enough space to get the they're barely close enough to be able to still run across. Nice clean bubble mountain. Oh, and he misses the damage boost into the door. Zoast is slowly but surely starting to catch up.
With them apart by the duration of the room before speed booster hallway, it's time for them to really start going fast with the help of this item.
Oats has very, very few super missiles, so I wonder if he's going to stop and farm real quick. Yep. Oh, there we go. Now he's getting some. Now he's got a decent amount.
And Zoast fills up on them.
They're both going to go and get their wave beam, and then they will be set on beams for the game. They do not pick up plasma on this route, which is another place where it loses time compared to old route.
It's such a large detour in this route that, and more importantly, after the bosses that would be heavily shortened by having it, that it's not worth getting in this route. So that's why we have our final beam combination now here.
Interestingly enough, they both chose to pick that extra missile up. So I guess they do want a little bit more safety. Very smooth falling between the platforms from both runners.
It's always nice to see that little right side passage there.
Yeah, it's not something you would see. You used to never see that in a speedrun since there was no items over there. Oh, that was definitely pretty dang sick.
Oh,
and Zoast bonks. That's so unfortunate. That is going to cost him a lot of time. Looks like he's going to go for the... Oh, I thought he was going to go for the backup gravity jump. There it is.
that was definitely a nice lava sparkle on Oats' side, though.
He did save himself a little bit of menuing there, though, turning off Ice and Spazer now so he can do X Factors versus Ridley.
And fast pillars.
Yeah. Worst room in the game. Going pretty smoothly so far for Oats. And Zoast gets his fast pillars as well. Other than that one unfortunate slight misspacing on the spark, their execution have both been very on point. Very clean worst room in the game as well from Zoast.
And Oats taking out some of the key hunters with spark echoes. I've always liked that strat.
Now Zoast is going to have to be pretty careful here because he does have significantly less health than Oats at this juncture because of having to redo that, or having to, rather missing the spark. I can't talk. Let's see how Ninja Pirates go for Oats. Very nice first one. And second one clean as well.
And Zoast going through the platforms down into the Metal Pirate room.
Yeah, his health is low, but thankfully Metal Pirates drop a lot.
A lot of drops. Now Oats begins the Ridley fight.
Now, it appears that the runners are actually going for a little bit of a different strat, because Oats is not bothering to try to do any X Factors, whereas Zoast is going for that. Oats is just going the pure charge shot fight, whereas Zoast wanted to get some extra damage in. Oats so far has been manipulating Ridley very well. His fight's going very smoothly.
And Oats gets Ridley into the red and unloads the supers. And Ridley is dead.
Very smooth fight from Oats. Zoast's health getting a little bit low, but Ridley fight still ends smoothly. Very slick farming strats from Oats on the way out. Now, one thing to keep in mind, with that extra X factor, that is an extra menu for Zoast, which does waste quite a bit of time considering how slowly the menu fades in and out. So at some point, he's going to want to be using those again, I believe, versus Dragon. And so he's still got to keep that in mind.
That was a nice speed wall. But now Zoast is about to do. Two bosses down, 2 to go. Well, and then the end game.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't look like Zoast farmed a Metal Pirate on the way out, which is why his ammo's so low.
Right. Yeah, Oats did farm one, Zoast did not.
Oats moving around the Three Musketeers with very nice strats.
Yep, those 3 Musketeers giving Oats no trouble.
It's really interesting how the lead's been moving back and forth. Uh-oh. Zoast is really low on health.
That is through the 3 Musketeers. Those can be one of the scariest parts of the exit of Lower Norfair.
For sure. The red key hunters do not mess around.
No, they do not. 50 damage a hit with gravity.
Alright. And Oats is saying goodbye to Norfair, heading up to Meridia. Or actually, I think Kraid first. I'm being silly. Been watching a lot of old route runs, don't mind me.
Oats through mini Kraid and ready for full-size Kraid. Hopefully we will not be seeing the full size of Kraid though.
Yeah, I hopefully neither of them purchased the stand-up DLC. Oats confirmed he has not. Oh, he hit himself on the spikes though. And Oats picking up his Zarya suit.
That's gonna be the last major item.
Now, those of you newer to the race might think that there's not really a reason for them to pick up Varya, considering they already have gravity. And for the most part, that's true. But one reason that it's very important is because Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam at the end of the game does, like, I believe twice as much damage if you don't have the Varya suit on. And so it makes the health requirements for Mother Brain much, much higher.
Yep. Without the Varya suit, they would need to get 6 tanks rather than 3.
It is indeed very important. Shoutouts to the chat.
And Oats up over the Meridia Mountain and Aqueduct. So separated by a couple of rooms.
Yeah, I figured that Zoast was going to go for a safer strat considering how low his health was. That is going to lose him a little more time in comparison to Zoast, or to Oats, though. Alright, now we got Bakfoon starting up. Gonna be going for some X Factors at the start, and then just try and pump him full of supers.
And that was...
Oh no! He made his way back into the wall.
That X Factor was right on, though.
Yeah, it's really easy for Batoon to just eat a couple of your supers because his body will just tank them and do nothing.
Yeah, Batoon's hitbox can be a little bit weird. Oh, there's one round Batoon for Zoast.
Alright, now we're going to see Oats' attempt at his full halfie. Or not. Never mind. First, we're going to get some farming in. Now we're getting Oats' attempt at his full halfie.
There's the climb, there's the grab. And
I think he's got it, as long as he doesn't bonk. Perfect. And wow, since Zoast didn't have to farm at all, they are now almost neck and neck.
Pretty much the length of the Precious room. Both of them taking out the turrets on the walls of Dragon's room so that the shots don't right.
If there's one thing that's been pretty consistent, it's that Oats has not been getting the best ammo in a lot of places. I remember earlier in the run he had a pretty rough ammo at the start too, and so he had to do some extra farming after a speed booster. Alright, got all of his particles to land on Dragon. Very clean fight from Oats. Trying to get his spike suit.
That
I don't think he got it.
spike suit. Oh, there's the spike suit for Toast.
Yep. So this is going to cost Oats even more time. And I think that's actually going to... Oh, nope. Almost, they're synced. I thought that might put Zoast in his first lead, but they are in almost perfect sync now.
Yep, it's a close race again. This close, I mean.
For
3 out of 4 halfies.
Just for those of you who don't know, Spike Suit is a variation of what's normally known as a Blue Suit glitch, where if you Shine Spark kill into Dragon, you'll get put into a state where you constantly have speed echoes. Spike Suit is a further, I believe, double frame perfect glitch that you can do to change your state so that you're still able to run while you have the Shine Spark saved. And that allows you to get out of the room much faster. Zoast with a little bit of sloppy movement allows Oats to get a little bit back into the lead again, but it's still within, like, the distance of a room. Oh, and Zoast's gonna have to farm a little bit here.
Oh, back in Criteria, we'll be seeing Saurian entrances seconds apart.
I'll try and keep an eye on what they each get on Golden 4 times. So far, this has been a pretty clean race. Relatively minor mistakes from both players, but overall, both have been playing amazing. Going into the final stretch. And Oats enters Golden 4 at 34:20. Zoast's Golden 4 time is going to be 34:29, so a 9-second difference between the runners.
Those were some solid main games from them.
Now, something to keep in mind, these guys do need to really pray for good RNG from the Metroids, because they need a certain amount of minimum ammo to be able to complete the game, to get past Mother Brain's Phase 1, which can only be damaged by ammo. Alright, now these are some of the most labbed out and clean rooms from many players. The Turian rooms are absolutely awesome. Looks like Oats is off to a pretty good start, gotten solid super drops. Oh, Zoast getting no supers from the first set of Metroids. That's a problem. And again, only one. This is looking pretty bad for Zoast right now. He needs these super missiles. Oats coming out with perfect ammo, 2010. Oh, and thankfully got some good supers from the last one, so Zoast comes out with perfect ammo as well. Alright, now, normally, the baby skip, while stressful, is something that all the runners have done a lot, but keep in mind that it's a good chance that neither of these runners is watching their opponents, so this is definitely going to be a little bit of a stressful moment. Looks like Oats has got it in the bag. Yeah, Oats had to do one extra jump on the baby because he did not destroy all of the weeds with one shot on his diagonal upward shot. But not too meaningful of a time loss. He's still at a reasonably good lead right now. Clean a first try Zeb skip from Oats. Let's see how Zoast goes. And clean for Zoast as well. Alright. Now, they're not quite out of the woods yet, even though Oats is able to make it into Phase 2. One thing you have to keep in mind is that these guys' health, they need to be above 300 health in order to survive Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam. So if they get hit by too many of the normal attacks, or the Ketchup Beam can one-hit kill them. So they're still definitely not out of the woods yet. Ooh. Oats taking a hit from the bomb. Alright, dodged Ketchup. I believe she only has time to shoot one off. Oh, never mind, I forgot. This is a new route. Now, just to be clear, Ketchup will take off an entire tank if it hits. So it is an instant fail state for either of these runners. But it looks like Oats has made it through. At this point, the chance of dying is pretty much none. Now it's all about execution to the end of the game. And Zoast gets through as well. Still very close, but Oats has still got a fair lead right now. So it's all going to come down to the escape. If both players have a clean escape at this point, Oats has the race. But if Oats makes like any sort of major mistake in the escape, Zoast could definitely capitalize. Alright. Rest in peace, baby Metroid. Everyone, give us your Bible thumps. Alright, the time bomb is set. We must escape immediately. First few rooms in the escape are all pretty simple. The only ones that can pose a real challenge in terms of movement are this room right here that Oats just entered, and then climbing up the parlor at the end. There's always a chance that you can make a fall. Nice speed fall, or nice moon fall by Oats there. Very clean escape. And a great spark by Oats.
The diagonal spark is good to see there from both of them.
Fantastic movement coming up parlor from Oats. He is not saving the animals. And Oats is going to finish with a 42-24.
GG to Oats. The official SRL time was 42:27, which is an SRL PB by 1 second. And Zoast with an official SRL time of 42:42. GG.
Congratulations to both the runners. This was an amazing race. Oats with an in-game time of 29. I have to imagine that Zoast probably has the same. And confirmed. All right, looks like we have both the runners here in the Discord. So we're going to get some quick interview action.
So, can't really blame that one. Pantene was kind of a pain. Yeah, Ridley was kind of lucky, but that's the problem with the X Factor strat.
Yeah.
All right.
Not as consistent. I love it.
You guys, you had an amazing race. execution was both really strong. It really came down to just a few minor mistakes here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was very close, yeah.
I'm just always happy to, if I lose, to put up a good race. You know, go down with a fight.
Oh yeah, you certainly
Makes me
kept it
happy.
competitive. We definitely got a little bit scared. You seemed like you were getting some really bad super RNG on those Metroids.
Yeah, I was. I did the first 2 rooms, I guess. And even after the 3rd room, it was a little unsure that I was going to be okay after the last one. I had 15, or I had like 7 supers coming in the last room, which is not terrible with 20 regulars, but
Yeah,
still, it's a little scary.
I was expecting you to skip the wave missiles. But
Oh, I didn't even watch the I didn't watch what you were doing or anything.
right. Just in general,
I decided-
your behemoths just kind of seem to take those risks.
Oh no, I don't. I think that's kind of a silly risk to take in the overall scheme of things
Yeah.
in a race. To me, I mean, if you are watching and you're behind enough, you could definitely justify it. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I don't like it.
Right.
All right. So I guess you weren't watching then, Zoast, but for the first like 10-15 minutes of the run, you guys were in nearly perfect sync. It was insane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
that's
pretty awesome.
That's not too like weird for players like me and him. Like, I don't. That doesn't surprise me too much.
Yeah, once you get to this level, like all the strats they're kind of the same, with a little bit of variance in movement and stuff. But so it'll rubber band back and forth for a while until we get into the RNG heavy parts, or like the moat or fencing or something.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what was crazy too. You guys, Oats hit the CW, or I'm sorry, Oats did the HBJ and you hit the CWJ, Zoast, but then you guys got the exact same Fantoon pattern as well.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys both got a fast mid.
Well,
Oh,
my
did you-
pattern didn't matter so much because I didn't get enough drops from
Oh,
Yeah,
missiles.
that was a
so-
little bit rough.
What was your
So-
third?
The 3rd was the fast left, but it had 0 missiles still.
Oh,
But
geez.
luckily, after the 3rd round, the invisible round, I think was another fast, or it was either at least a mid. Pretty sure it was a fast, mid, fast, technically. It still was a weird fight.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, yeah, it was a really good race. I was feeling a little bit jittery, but we buffed that out and we played well. I think we both did really good. Both 42s, like decent 42s. So can't really
Yes.
ask for much more. It's not like you can bust out 41s in these.
Yeah, I've been sick the last few days, but I felt like I played pretty good this race, regardless of not to blame that or anything. But
Yeah.
I'm happy to be coming out of that. I felt a little jittery too, though, because maybe partially because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
You guys had a couple of cool different points where like Zoast unfortunately bonked on a lava spark, but then you missed
Yeah.
getting a spike suit, so Zoast made up the time there.
Right. Yeah. I was starting to shake there because I missed the spark suit and I knew that Zeus was pretty close, so I just figured it was done at that point because I was kind of messing up crossing the Coliseum, right? Yeah, the Coliseum. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys reached like perfect sync again through that door. It was crazy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Coming
yeah,
out of
good
the
race then.
Coliseum.
Awesome race.
Thank you guys for stopping by, and thank you for giving us such a great race to commentate.
Oh,
thanks for,
gladly.
Letting us chat and race and everything, and
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Good game, good luck in the finals, man.
Thank you, Zeus.
All right, well, I think that's going to about do it for us. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I think me and Stump did a pretty good job for y'all. Shout outs to you, Stump. I appreciate you taking the time to commentate with me.
Thanks. And thanks for watching.
And I think that's going to about do it for us. So make sure you shoot a quick follow to those guys, Zoast and Oats. Both have amazing streams. Make sure you let them know just how awesome of runners they are, and I hope that you guys have a great night.